Oh man, what's up is Way Up with Angela Yee, and Ali Siddiq is here. Thank you so much for coming through to Way Up.
Oh, thank you for having me.
I know it's
An
also
honor.
Ramadan, so I know you're fasting
Yeah,
right now.
yeah,
You feel clear-headed?
yeah. For the most part, for the most part, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Struggling through this first round of this first days. First days is always a struggle. Then after that, I'm pretty cool.
Then it gets easier
Yeah.
for you. Well, first of all, I got to start this off by saying congratulations. When I say independent on the comedy scene, pulling in those numbers, putting other comedians on also, I just have to commend you for that because I know how hard that is to even build up that type of organic fan base.
Oh, thank you very much. You know, it's been a long 28 years.
Yeah.
So we've been working at it.
No, but still, I mean, honestly, like there's comedians who I know have been working for decades, and to achieve what you've achieved and still, you know, I saw you did an interview recently where you were talking about, you know, being independent, staying independent, and certain deals, like you don't know if there's something behind the scenes, a reason why things aren't happening, but maybe it's for the best.
Yeah, I think so. You know, for the most part, I think that because I'm not getting certain deals, I don't owe anybody anything, and so that's the biggest part. Captain of my own ship. I don't have to endorse things that I don't want to endorse. I don't have to show up places that I don't want to show up. You know, I used to have to do that when I was in radio. I would show up, you know, and have to do reads of things that I didn't really agree with, and I'm like, oh, okay.
You couldn't say no to doing a read?
It would be, you know.
Yeah.
You know, you're not gonna be there long because you know, like
if you turn stuff down,
you just constantly turning down reads. Like I don't want to read that.
There's things here I would say that I won't do, and I think they know. Like there's certain things if they ask me, I'm like that don't even sound real.
Yeah.
Like I don't eat pork at all. If I'm trying to like, you know, promote something that's like a pork product, people are gonna be like, Angela's not.
And then I would read deeper into the product. I'm like, no, this has pork in it. No, it don't. What you think lard is? Where you think that come from?
But everything got pork in it, I feel like.
It seemed like it. You know, gelatins, you know, depends on what they're using. But we've managed to get around it.
Listen, I used to work for Wu-Tang, and everything, they would be like, you know, that makeup has pork in it, you know, and Skittles, like everything.
Yeah, Skittles.
Yeah, so listen, I remember being around them and then being mad when people had any type of pork products on set, even if it wasn't their set. Flipping tables over.
Oh, they was wilding.
Yeah.
I just wouldn't show. I just didn't go.
You're not doing all that.
Yeah, you know, because they make a lot of halal stuff now. You know, so my kids have experienced gummy bears and all these other. They used to see them and marshmallows. They used to just see, and I'm like, no, you can't have that. Then
they're like, look at the ingredients.
And then we go to halal spots and they have marshmallows. We like, all right, okay, now he's cooking.
Yeah, won't he do it?
Yeah.
Now I gotta ask you this: have you learned how to be more of a do-it-yourself fixer type of guy in the home?
I'm pretty good now.
Okay.
I'm pretty good.
I
was terrible at one point, but I'm pretty good now.
Because I feel like it's so important.
Yeah, when you have a house, you know, you want to fix stuff. You don't want to always call people.
For stupid little things, right?
Yeah.
But you know, now we have TaskRabbit, so you could just use an app and it's like something small.
It's crazy. I don't use most apps. Like people ask me, have I seen something on the internet? And I'm like, no. Because I don't really surf the web. I don't.
You know how I know you don't? Because nobody really says surf the web anymore either.
Yeah, I don't do it. Like, I don't do it. I put stuff up on my page, but outside of that, man, I don't.
So you don't use DoorDash?
No.
You don't use Uber? You don't like get food delivered?
I do Lyft.
Okay, you do. Okay, so you have a little something, but you're not big on.
I just think that's just an app that because I don't have to surf around. I just go straight to it. But if it's like I've been hearing about this TaskRabbit, or it's other sites that teach you how to fix things too, and I'm like never heard of it.
All right, because I know there are certain things you can't do. So how are you when you say you're good around the house now? You've learned how to do
pretty
things?
much everything. You know, if it's something wrong, either I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna call my sister.
Okay.
Yeah, my sister was in the Navy, so she know how to do everything. She know how to build a fort.
I love the relationship that you talk about with your sister and your stand-up. It felt like she always was like a few steps ahead of you.
Yeah, she older than me. So she 2 years older than me. She stay right around the corner from me. Like literally. Like I can get to my sister's house in maybe 4 minutes.
Did y'all always get along growing up? Because I know me and my brother was a year and 3 months older than me. We used to fight a lot. And
I think me and my sister fought once. I was 6, she was 8, and I punched her in her eye, and my daddy beat me down. And I was like, okay, that ain't the way to go. But she had did something to me first. But I was 6 though. But ever since then, we've been pretty good. My sister been my backbone for a lot of things.
yeah.
Even when people don't think that we talking, my sister still texts me. But she be on one sometimes too. Like,
She seems like she's funny also from the way that you tell stories about her.
No, she's not funny. Man, my sister is so straightforward, extra. I remember she's been mad at me about things before,
From stand up?
No, just in life. Like I'm like, yo, what's wrong with you? So I think she feels like she's been replaced, and because I don't need her as much anymore.
Because now you know how to do stuff.
Yeah, I think she feels some type of way about that. But my mom do too, though.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm grown, so they live right around the corner, both of them. But I don't need them as much as I used to.
Right.
But I don't think our relationship should be built on need. I just love you as my family, but I want you around. I don't need you.
Right.
Like I want my mom around. I don't need you. Don't always have to come over here and be doing something.
It's interesting because talking about family relationships, a lot of times your stand-up is great storytelling. Like you could visualize it. It feels like you're watching a TV show, right? That's how picturesque it is. But I wonder, like, when your mom, say she hears you talk about how life was growing up with her, are those stories that you tell her personally, or does she find out when you tell it on stage?
She finds out when I tell her on stage, but she knows them because I've been with my mom since she was 20.
Right.
So she know these stories. She just don't know if I remember. And then sometimes I remember something she'll say that it wasn't like that.
That never happened.
I'm like, what? And me and my sister both be like, yes, that did happen. Like, what's wrong with your memory? You got dementia, and but she just is. Some things I've learned that parents don't want to go back to.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not just parents; it's people in general. They don't want to go back to the past. They want to live in the present. So even with that, all the stories started when I was 10. So now I'm constantly creeping up. And now I was in my 2 sons. It was like I had my sons in Rugged. I was in my 30s, when that's material from my 30s. Now we coming up to my 40s and my 50s. So the material is constantly increasing. Like the new special, My Father, this is late 40s, when I got an understanding about how he wasn't, I don't say that he is the worst father, or he wasn't whatever. He just wasn't ideal. It wasn't the ideal situation. So I can't keep being upset with him about things that really can't change. It happened. Even with my mom. Whatever happened.
Right.
So, and a lot of people have this grand idea that they can dismiss their parents. But you don't know what your parents went through prior to it. And you really not judging by age. My mom 20 with 2 kids.
Yeah, my mom was 20 when she had my brother and then had me right after.
Yeah, so it's like how you judging a 20-year-old, based upon, because she got kids, that mean that she knew everything? No, it's nowhere close. So it's going to be some mistakes that were made, some missteps and all that. But I'm big on the whole thing of everybody wants to be forgiven, but don't nobody want to forgive. So it's like if my sister, she's really contentious with my mom about something, and I'm like, do you want me to recall some things about you? Because I've been there as well. Like you don't have no clean slate, shawty. It's been some times with you as well. So you got to give grace to people You know.
When you just talked about my two sons, I feel like people feel like they know your kids,
Yeah, they think
even
they know
though they
Hassan.
may have never met them.
Yeah, they think they know Hassan.
Yeah,
Like
Hassan.
Hassan. It's really Hassan. And that's funny that people come up after the show and tell me that they have either a Hassan or they have a Trey.
I like bad kids though. I think bad kids are the funniest. Like,
man, I wish. I think Hassan is funnier than Trey. Yeah, because Hassan has this naiveness to him that he just, man, I'm just kicking it through. Like Hassan is like a hippie, black hippie. He's like,
he has the space, I think, to be that because.
Yeah.
I think, just being younger, he didn't have to go through things you went through.
And I don't want him to. That's the thing, man. I've never wanted a hood kid. Like it was like because I wasn't really a hood kid. I just happened to be outside all the time. That's what being outside in the 80s was like. You're going to get caught up in something when you outside. But it was I think that people paint, especially people who pose and paint this picture about the hood, that there was only one type of person in the hood. No, it was several different types of people. When I go back to it, I was like the only person. Me and a couple of my friends. There's thousands of people outside. We like 4 of us were selling drugs. Not all of us.
Right.
Nobody else was even thinking about it.
Because then who's buying it?
And we wasn't advertising it either. That was a thing that you kept to yourself.
It wasn't something to be proud of.
Not at all.
Yeah.
So when I came home in 97, it was like, and then even while I was inside, it was like all these people coming in with this, they from the hood story. I'm like, yo, what neighborhood you from? And they would tell me, because, it's in Texas. I'm like, that's not no bad neighborhood. Like, you was just being bad. That's not even a bad school.
That was a choice.
Yeah, that's a choice.
Lot of kids from the suburbs were like that. I remember going to college and kids would come in and kind of like redo their identity to make it seem like, because it was cooler for people to feel like, oh, I'm from they were kids in good neighborhoods that would go to the hood to just do things so they could seem hood.
Like, why was it cooler? I didn't understand, because I didn't think that NWA was better than Will Smith. I'm listening to rap from the beginning. I'm like, yo, I was dancing to Brand New Funk, and I was like, Dope Man. Like, what's going on? Like, why is he telling all our secrets? Like, it's like that's two different things. So in the late 80s, early 90s, somebody gonna tell me that because we was dancing in the club. It's like we was going to the club.
More.
Dancing. I wasn't like, oh man, going to the club now, to stand around and listen to people
get in a booth. You gotta have a booth.
Recite lyrics just to themselves
with their phone up.
Yeah, like I don't say a word. I don't say a word. Like, oh, okay. Like, oh my goodness, it's terrible.
You was talking about dancing in the club though. Like you was doing. Like, what do you mean by dancing? Like dancing with or like
dancing with? Yeah, you would dance with women. You would dance in a group. Like you like, yo man, scoop and scrap lovers. Like you doing everything. I'm 52, so I'm dancing.
You was jumping over your foot.
Yeah, kid didn't play for show. Like you couldn't even get no girl unless you was dancing. Like what nobody. If you was a dude standing on the sideline, girls ain't checking for you. Like, yo, you corny. Why you don't know how to dance?
I mean, yeah, you're right. We watching House Party. We watching all those movies where the parties was really like the vibes.
Like I go back to this thing. Well, when I hear people saying, "Well, we only been depicted bad on TV," and I was like when? That had to start at a certain time because I don't remember those days. Because I remember when I never seen a show that black people were on TV that didn't have a mother and a father, unless the father was dead or the mother was dead, and they were constantly mentioned. You know what I'm saying? So Sanford and Son, Lamont's mom was dead, but on That's My Mama, you know what I'm saying, his dad was dead, and he left him a barbershop that was connected to the house.
Right.
So on the Jeffersons, both parents. On Good Times, both parents. You know what I'm saying? I didn't grow up with The Cosby Show, both parents.
Yep.
I didn't grow up with where we were depicted as deadbeat dads and the father not there and mother on drugs and everybody. I'm like, what
Yeah.
other shows is that?
I don't even know that network TV would have been really picking stuff like that up so much.
It's like
Maybe it was more movies.
yeah,
I don't know.
I think even with movies, I didn't watch. The worst movie when movies started getting bad. New Jack City was the turn of that.
Although I love that movie. I mean,
and I always go back to it like I didn't understand what I liked about it. Now as an adult,
Right.
I didn't understand what I liked about it because I was already in the streets already before
I
New
guess
Jack
that's
City
like
came
our
out.
mafia movies in a way. Like, I don't know if that's the right way to say it, but people like movies that I think are nothing about what they lived.
Yeah, I think so. But I was already doing that.
But yeah, not you.
You know what I'm saying? So I was like, this is crazy. You know, Nino was a wild boy. And in my mind, I would have killed Nino.
Mm-hmm.
If Nino was in my neighborhood, Nino would have got shot.
Right.
Like immediately. Like no.
But I also think the depiction of him like giving out turkeys, because that is true, right?
It's
like
horrible.
in the neighborhoods, the drug dealers are though sometimes the ones that are really doing positive things and spending money. That's why sometimes the kids looked up to them.
And I think that's why now people can't believe when somebody is doing something wrong or they got a bad vibe on the background of them because they think in their mind because you giving out turkeys doesn't mean that you're not killing the neighborhood.
Right.
But you're actually killing the neighborhood. You're giving out turkeys as a front because you're killing the neighborhood.
Right.
You know, so now you have all these people that's because they do charity work, you don't know what they do behind the scenes. So it was hard to gather that. Like it was a like I explained, we would have if they would have never dropped that tape on Puff in that hallway.
With Cassie.
Yeah. People would have still been thinking, oh, they just railroading them. It's about the vodka. It's about this. It probably is. But that video still shows
It really happened.
that it really happened.
Yeah. And he had denied it before the video came out too. And then once the video came out, he was like, sorry, because we seen it.
Yeah, but you knew that.
Yeah.
But you already knew that you had did that. So
Most people aren't going to admit they did something if they don't know that there's a video about to come out of it.
oh, trust and believe. When I was locked up, I used to always say, "Am I the only person here that's guilty?" Because it seems like
Nobody
nobody did anything. I'm the only person sitting here guilty. This is crazy.
Do you ever watch Unlocked?
Is it a prison show?
Yes.
No.
You don't watch no prison shows?
I don't watch no prison show because they upset me.
'Cause it's interesting because it's a social experiment where they unlock the cells, right? And there's nobody, none of the guards are there either. And they have to like earn certain privileges. And so the experiment is, they just did it in Arizona this last season. It's been 2 seasons, but it's real. Like they unlock the cells and then they have to learn how to interact and get along with each other in order to keep that privilege. And then as they are like, if they can go a certain amount of days but nothing going wrong, then they got like free phone calls. And then they got, some commissary. Because, some people could buy things, some people can't. And
They got money.
yeah, some people have money, some people don't. But it was interesting to me because I did watch it just to see how people interact with each other. And I know you talk about it too. One of your biggest, most viral content is the Mexicans with the boots. And just seeing like the different groups of people. And that, it was more white people in that particular prison than any other race. So they kind of were the ones that were in charge. And there's always somebody that kind of puts themselves in charge. So you would have never watched nothing like that because it's just
When I watch it, I'm always looking for the reality in it. Like if it's a real joint, like if it's like I hate prison shows,
like Oz and
I'll be like, okay,
Yeah.
they wow, because it's elements that they don't ever put in there that are things that happen most often. The most often thing that happen they don't put in there is count time. It's a count. They count prisoners all the time. Like that's 5 or 6 times a day. So how is that not even in the show?
yeah.
There's no count time ever. Like they never call count. Like that's crazy to me. Because if I'm watching the show, I'm like, this has been on for an hour, and ain't nobody counted nobody. So
Right.
how many people have escaped? That's the point of counting. They get paid by the number of inmates that's in there, so they're gonna count you, and it's the most thing that happens all the time. Anybody who's been locked up knows that a count is gonna happen.
Right.
It's embedded in your head that you're gonna get counted, and you're gonna wherever you are, they're gonna call count time, and it's like 6 or 7 times a day. Just imagine.
So you got to stop what you're doing.
Yeah, they're gonna stop you and count. Where if you're on the rec yard, you in the shower, you in your cell, you working in, you're gonna get counted. So just imagine you somewhere for 6 years and you didn't got counted 6 or 7 times a day every day for 6 years, and then you watch a show about prison
And it doesn't happen at all.
It doesn't happen at all. You like, what's happening right now? You know,
Yeah.
like no count. Okay, that's wild.
Well, yeah, I think on this particular one, it was a whole different experiment. So they don't have no guards at all. But it was interesting to see how
In the
they
prison?
Yes, that's the whole point of it. It's like an experiment, and so they have to kind of work together to keep the privilege of not being, and it's unlocked. The cells are unlocked.
I wonder what they charges were, because this is.
Yeah, it wasn't nothing too crazy. Yeah.
I would need to know what they charge.
But then somebody bust some drugs in there, and they was all going crazy. So I was like, dang.
Yeah.
Because it was all on camera, but nobody's interfering.
Because the people that get that privilege in the units that I was on is the people that we always wanted to kill. Child molesters and rapists.
Oh, no, it wasn't that. It wasn't that.
No, I'm like, these are the only people that had their cells because they totally away from us.
Wait, their cells are unlocked?
Yeah, on LS2, they would be on the whole other end, and they on their block, their cells would be unlocked, and they had plants and stuff.
That doesn't make sense to me. That feels like.
I never knew it until I went to, because we had rec yards on 2 different ends of the unit. So they had said we could go to the far rec, and we walked, and I was walking past and said, I'm like, wait a minute, why they got plants? Who are these people with plants? And they cells was open, and they was treating them like patients.
That feels crazy to me.
And first of all, they gonna keep them away from us because we serve justice on that end. Like we have never thought that these people were what they say can be rehabilitated. We've never thought that. And it's things that you get into your mind once you're inside that you would think, oh, I would never do that. And then you would see it, and then you start to think, man, I have a mother, I have a daughter, I have sisters. Yo, why is he, this is your 5th time in here?
Right.
Yo, man, why they, like, and in your mind, you think that you wouldn't, but you waiting on opportunity, like, yo, man, if I ever get a chance to run up on money, like, it's gonna be a problem. It was crazy how they used to keep them away from us. That was the whole thing, that you wouldn't even announce that.
That's wild, because I would think they would be the ones that would have to be locked in, and I kept away from everybody. But do you believe in a death penalty?
Yeah.
You do?
Yes.
Okay.
If you being fair, if it's a honest thing, and most people who don't believe in it have never been in
a situation where they want somebody.
You don't know the people.
Mm-hmm.
You thinking, and I don't want to go on some injustice, like, oh, this person was just wrongly accused. No, we're talking about the people who are who doing this.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a thing. It's a thing. But if you don't believe in it, we believe in it inside. So it all work itself. Like, I remember being in Harris County. I'm on 1301 Franklin in Houston. We was watching on the news that a baby was missing. This baby girl was missing. We watching it on the news. And then comes to find out that the boyfriend killed this baby.
Right.
And the sheriffs brought him to our floor. And everybody wanted him to come to their particular tank. Well, we were there, like everybody. This is not a person that we assuming did this. This is a person that did this.
Right.
And so I remember they put him on A2, and it's a door. It's like the cells, and then it's a door, the Sally Port door. The sheriffs closed that door and walked off. And within minutes, they was calling a code blue, and they wasn't rushing. They came, and then that man came out on the stretcher.
They're like, let justice be served.
Yeah, because you may go out to the judge, you figure out something, you plead insanity or whatever your deal is. Okay, we'll take care of it inside, and that's the thing. Like if they kept them child molesters and them rapists away from us for a reason.
Yeah.
Because you can't be rehabilitated.
Because like you said, everybody thinking about also their family members.
Yeah, I ain't checking for you with that.
Yeah.
All of you was hearing voices. Well, you won't hear them no more. We'll fix the voices.
It's over.
Right? But this thing, I sold drugs. They put me with the most violent people. I ain't had no murder case. They didn't care nothing about that. But be fair. Be fair. If you're gonna put everybody in, just put everybody in.
Did you feel like you deserved to be in jail? Because I know, like you said, a lot of people, when you go in there, you're like, I'm not the only one who did something wrong. When do you accept the fact, or did you ever think that it was unfair for you?
I didn't. I was out there wilding. Mm-hmm. So what happens. It's not.
And
like,
maybe it could have been worse if you didn't end up.
It's not like I didn't know the consequences.
Okay.
And that's the thing, when people will be always on know what nobody's talking. Man, in the hood, man, there's all type of positive people in the hood that's gonna take. Man, it's old men that told me 1,000 times, brother, way you moving, brother, you going to prison. It's people in my family told me. Right. You know what I'm saying? It's like I wasn't oblivious to what was happening.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
you made a choice.
Yeah. So
the domino effect.
So I guess I thought when we was on the block, and the jump out boys pulled up in the vans, everybody was running for no reason, because they innocent. Like, right. We knew what was going on. And they go, so why you was running? I was running because I ain't gonna get caught. So it's a thing. So if you can't accept responsibility for how you doing, and I tell parents, if you want to get your kid on the right path, take them to see Intake. Mm-hmm. See, that's what people need to see. Intake.
Okay,
Intake is the worst. Like I always say this: if I would have known about Intake, I'd have just
it
played
wasn't the family members. It wasn't the old man. It was Intake.
No, I need to see. Yeah. Intake. So, if you ever read anything about slavery and how they packed slaves in on the slave ship, so that's how they pack you in on Intake, and you naked, and they just pack you in. And you lined up, they call it nut to butt, and you just packed in, and I would have saw that, I would have lost it.
Like I'm not going in.
No, I'm good.
Yeah,
I'm good. Is it a place where you know how they turn in guns? This a place you can turn your dope in.
I need to get back to flipping these burgers.
Yeah, I need to turn this in, and then because I'm good, bro. I'm going and it was crazy. I can't even say I would go back to school. I was in school while I was doing it because it was crazy. All my friends was in school. So it's like I didn't have nothing to do. So I got to be in school, because my friends are there. I wasn't kicking it in the street all day.
Yeah.
But, I would have never.
Would you think at that time the girls all liked the drug dealers too?
They didn't know.
They didn't. Okay.
They that in the mid 80s, late 90s, they didn't. In the early 90s, they didn't know what you was doing. And I had a girl who was very scary. I came over one time with a bulletproof vest on, and she was like, my mom said, I can't see you no more.
Good for her. Good for her mom.
She was like, nope, no sir. No sirree, Bob.
Because some girls might have been like, I like that.
And that's I think because of the neighborhood, those are the girls who didn't have. So I always go back to this story that you put me in a position when you let me into your house if you don't have. And this is why I tell fathers, people, man, with parents, even if y'all not together, man, y'all got to make a way to where you don't put your kids at risk. So this lady in this particular neighborhood, I was and my partner, we was paying her rent. We paid her rent so that we could store stuff there and be able to walk in the house. And if we see because it's a one way in, one way out, we see the police coming. Everybody else had to scatter somewhere. We just go in the house. But the sacrifice to that for her accepting that money was basically her daughter's. So I'm in high school. She has a daughter that's 18, but she also has a daughter that's 16. And then I'm 17. So to her daughters, I'm the person that's bringing money in. I'm the person that at this time I got a BMW. So I end up at 17. I end up sleeping with both daughters.
Oh my gosh.
You know what I'm saying? Why wouldn't it? That's the only thing. I'm a teenage boy, teenage girl, and I have money. You know what I'm saying? So, and I'm in and out of the house. So at one point, I'm gonna date both of them. You know what I'm saying?
What about the mom too?
Nah, the mom, she with my boy.
Okay.
You know, he's the older dude.
Okay.
But if it was, that could have been a situation too. But if I would have never been in the house,
that would have,
it would have never happened. You know, so that's a thing. You can't.
She put herself and her kids in that situation
due to not having, you know. So I steered away after that year. I was really on something else after that. So you got my girlfriend is the same age as me. Stay right around the corner from where I was hustling at. Her mom didn't play that. Her mom's like, we good over here, but you can't come over here with that. But then what happened later? I'm her mom's spades partner. You know, we play in spade, and her daughter going out, and I'm staying over. You know, it's like I was Mexican or something. that's how Mexicans move in their family early. How old are you, Javier? 17. I live in now. You know, so you can't put, you know, I wouldn't put my kids in that position.
Right.
You know, I'm always be there. You know, my older daughter, I've been there from day one. You know what I'm saying? She's 27.
Right.
So she about to make me a grandfather.
Oh, well, congratulations.
Yeah, it's
Grandpa.
Cool. At 52.
It feels crazy, right?
At 52. You know what I'm saying? But the crazy is that I can't even wait. You know, I can't wait because I'm going to have this baby everywhere.
And if you had another kid, then your grandchild would be, what would that be? The aunt or uncle for your kid, right? Is that right?
Yeah.
Wow, because you still, you know.
I'm still fertile.
You're still outside.
Yeah, I'm still outside.
I have somebody that called in today for advice, right?
Okay.
So I want to get it from your point of view. We're going to play the call, and I want you to give this woman advice.
Okay. I recently started dating this man that was in jail, girl, and he asked me to be his girlfriend after like 5 years of friendship, and my crazy ass said yes. And I'm like, should I continue with this or should I not? Like, like, it's just crazy. I don't know. Like,
well, when is he coming home?
3 years left.
Mamma mia.
So and we're real good friends. Like, I could tell him anything, but I don't. Girl, it's complicated.
Did you know him before he got locked up?
No.
How did you meet him?
They're pen pals.
I was saying I wanted a pen pal when I was living in Dallas, and y'all, you speaking into existence.
So what advice would you give her? She's, you know, been friends with this guy for 5 years. He asked her to be his girl. She said yeah, but she kind of don't really. She's thinking like, when he comes home, is this going to be a real thing? I don't know what's going on.
Okay.
Put them glasses on.
All right, this is the thing. Loneliness is crazy. So even inside, I learned this very fast because you know it would be female guards inside that would have, you know, inappropriate friendships with us, and that was based upon what I can offer you is a listening ear. If you like to talk, and what I can do is listen. I have the time to. Whether you have a man in the streets that don't listen, that don't have time to listen, I have time to listen. So you're giving me all this information in order to be able to navigate this relationship with you. You still don't know me because what am I really telling you?
Right.
I'm locked up. For what though? Dude, she doesn't know this person. No, no matter if you're a pen pal or not. But I get it, and I'm not gonna judge the love, but I'm saying, is it a love based upon
Circumstance?
That you needed somebody to talk to, correspond with. You needed somebody to need you. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes people need that. Somebody who need them, that fulfills that need in them, that somebody else needs them. So I would have to know a little bit more about what he did and how he moving in there. Cause see,
she didn't even know him before that though too.
Yeah,
I think that's another thing
that's
too.
the thing.
Yeah.
And so now it would be people, and not a lot of people, just here and there. It would be somebody who was in there moving kind of scandalous, and then I see them on the street. And I always put in my mind, do I tell this girl that he was inside being weird? But I don't know her. I don't know her either.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? She may have knew that. I don't know. But if it's a friend of mine or somebody I know, old boy was inside moving weird. Like doing something different.
Really?
Yeah. Because I've seen people like that.
And you would really tell?
Oh, yeah, I would tell. What they gonna do? Because you wouldn't have did nothing. I didn't mess with you in there.
Right.
So,
okay.
when you get out here, what you gonna do? Because if we can take it back to what we was doing in there, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm like, yo, bro, you know how I was, and I know how you were, and you were moving weird, and I lean on that, like, yo, you was moving weird in there, boy. And that's why I don't speak to you. That's why I don't kick it. I'm like, yo, boy was moving weird in there. And then, but when people know me, they know me. They're like, oh, Lee was solid.
Yeah,
I didn't move with.
People have co-signed your stories. You know how sometimes people tell a story, and then other people are like, that is not what happened. Yeah. But with you, when you tell and you talk, everybody's like, no, he really.
Yeah, it was.
That's really who he is.
I just got a text. This is crazy. This is crazy, right? So this brother had hit me, and he asked me, did I know somebody? And I was like, nah, I really don't know him right off the top, off his face like that. And I said, just find out what he talking about. And the brother was like, yo, so this is read the bottom of that.
He said he was on the yard with you and everything that you said on your show was true. He was validating it and was proud of your success.
Yeah. So I'm like,
that's dope though, to see how many people that you could have been locked up with that see you now and they feel good to see how successful you are.
Because they know how I was in there.
Yeah.
I was really on after the first 2 years. Because that first 2 years I was wilding. Like I was on one. I was a pretty violent person. I was tripping. You know what I'm saying?
Did you feel like you had to be that way though? So
I don't even know. I didn't even give it a chance to know it.
You said you gotta.
I was wild and like if you talking about somebody who was wild, I was really. If you ever seen the movie, it's a movie called Penitentiary, and it was like this little dude that they used to send to people's cells to to match them up. I was really on one. Like I was like, if you wanted to fight, like or you wanted to do what, I'm like whatever. But I remember Blackshire, this dude named Blackshire came to me and say, youngster, you can't keep doing your time like this. He's like, because somebody's gonna eventually they gonna kill you. I'm like,
right.
And I'm like, man, whatever we talking about. Like Black's like, yo, man, let me just talk to you. Black's kind of reeled me in, and after that, Black's and this guy named Malik, they kind of reeled me in, and then I noticed that the younger guys would listen to me because I was always the one that was trying to make sense.
Right.
I was like, yo. So what y'all got? Like, I just want y'all to explain it to me. Like, just before we do anything, can you explain what's about to happen? And they was like, yo, we gonna do this. I'm like, okay, good plan. But the other plan is the other wrong thing about this plan. It's another door back here that they can come in. I don't know if y'all know that or not.
Right.
And they can shoot gas from this door. So it's like it don't make sense with what you're trying to do. And once I started gathering people and giving them a sense of logic I stopped a bunch of
That's good.
bunch of fights, a bunch of people like, and it's the whole thing of people know if they was on Torres unit, they were like, oh, you got to go to school. If you didn't go to school, he gonna have a conversation with you, and the conversation is gonna be very blunt. Hey man, either you gonna go to school or you gonna get killed on this unit.
Right.
That's only two ways to go. Because what's gonna happen? You're not gonna be in school. You're gonna be on the block. You're gonna be doing something that you ain't got no business doing, and then one of these people gonna kill you. Because this is a I say, contrary to popular belief, this is a death block.
Right.
This is a death unit. And these boys, this is the same Mexican got on boots. This is the same place. So they stab. There's no fighting here. They stab people, and they stab you up, and they gonna catch you. You think you're gonna get away? They're gonna catch you slipping. So
and it could be people you just, like you said, was eating with.
That you eat, man.
And then
man, it'd be so many moves being made that you don't see, because you own what you own, but you're not seeing, and you can't underestimate nobody.
Right.
You underestimate somebody on this unit if you want to, thinking that they weak, and you're just like, okay, and that's when they're gonna be like, okay.
The whole thing is like a game of chess.
And you better have
to
your
be very strategic about.
And how we started to navigate. We started a reading program, amongst us, not even with the unit. It's like amongst us. Like we convince people, if you can't read and you get out, the chances of you coming back here are greater. If you get out and you don't have a trade, the chances of you coming back here is greater. So, man, we all 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. Like, is this where you want to spend your life at? And then the guys who are 22 or and above, or some guys who were like 18 with life sentences, you have to start living not here, but free in your mind.
Right.
That was one of the things, like, it was a bunch of things that I never did because I was free in my mind. After them 2 years of me wilding, okay, I don't need to be no prison dude. I don't need to even come out with this type of thing. People would have never even known. So when I did this show, This Is Not Happening, which is the story called Prison Ride, affectionately known as Mexican Got Boots. This is 17 years after me doing stand-up. Mm-hmm. I had already been on HBO. I'd already been on Comic View. I'd been on all this stuff prior to. And then I did that story. People never knew that I was locked up prior to that.
Oh, wow.
Because I never had the locked up aura. Mm-hmm. and I never wanted it. Like when I came out, I looked like I had just been gone. And I didn't have that prison tag on me, and I didn't want it. And so that's what In the Shadows, the tour that's based on In the Shadows, is me moving without that thing. Because when I came home, my biggest fear was somebody would be jealous of something, or something would happen, and then they would call on me. And so in Texas, when they call on you, they could just come pick you up. They put a blue warrant on you and come pick you up.
Oh,
now
wow.
you gotta prove your innocence from being locked up. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't want that. I was like, nah, man, I'm moving a little different. I definitely didn't move like I was a guy from prison. If people who knew. But other than that, I didn't give people my real name. I didn't tell you where I was from. If I met new people and I was like, man, where you from? Man, I'm from Cleveland. I don't need you to know nothing about me, because the jealousy is real. Man, I had I think me moving like that gave me a rapport with the parole officers. I got like 6 months before I was about to get released, I got a dirty UA. You know what I'm saying? My urine came back with cocaine in it. And I was like, wait a minute. Did y'all mix my urine up with somebody else? So I went and got my blood and my hair follicles done. And they brought me up to the board for a evaluation. And I came with all this documents, because the lady said, the chief parole officer said, we did this as routine, that we had to do it. I knew that you was innocent when we said that we was gonna give you the benefit of the doubt and you said I don't want your benefit of the doubt.
Right. Let's get my hair follicles.
Because there's still doubt in it.
Yeah.
I don't want y'all to. I said because I wanted to understand. I have a child. I have things going on in my life. Why would I out of nowhere just go back to messing with cocaine? And it was somebody else's UA. They had mixed up the UA. I'm like,
Yeah,
no,
I'm not playing those games.
I'm not playing them because in my mind I couldn't see going back to it. So I get off, right? I get released off of parole October 21st, 2007. As I'm leaving out, all the parole officers that I had came to watch me get released from parole. They say they had never seen it before. They've never seen nobody get off parole like going back. So they come, right? As I'm getting my certificate and I'm leaving out, a dude in the day room, he's not the day room, the waiting room for going to see his parole officer, called me a snitch on the way out.
What?
Don't know me. I'm talking about don't know me at all.
Why would he do that?
Because talking about only snitches get off parole. No, my time is up. And I can't, for some reason, I can't wear it. I can't wear it. I'm downstairs, and I waited for like an hour and 30 minutes in my car, waiting on him to come out that door.
About to throw it all away.
I can't hold it. Because I'm free.
Right.
This is a new case.
Yeah,
This is a new case.
Yeah, this is so.
And he came and sat at the bus stop. And I went right over to that bus stop. I'm like, what you say? Oh man, I want to know what you talking about though. I want to know.
Right.
What you talking about. Bro, I don't know you. I know you don't know me. You know what I'm saying? You don't know what I was in for. You don't know nothing. But now I want to get to know you. I want to see what you about. You know what I'm saying? Because, bro, you called me out my name and you put a jacket on me that ain't on me. And the other people in there was like, nah, you don't know him. We've been seeing him come and report, so you don't really know him. I'm like, yeah, man, watch what you say about me though. But you'll never see me again. Yeah. But watch what you say about me, because this could have turned out way different.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But I'm not.
You can't let other people knock you off your square either.
I'm just now getting off parole.
Imagine you walking out getting off parole and then something else happens.
And because I was about to flip in my mind, and it took a lot of talking. But I didn't flip. I didn't flip before. And it was off my note that day. I ain't gonna front. I was off my note that day, but. You know what they say, you can't let nobody trick you out your spot. I was tight. You know, if I'm tight.
Well, he knew that was gonna make you tight, but he just thought
it was gonna be sweet though. Yeah. And I think that's the part that I always have to remember.
Especially with your kids, okay? With your son. You said the last fight you got into?
Yeah, my daughters, and I gotta remember, man, sometimes hey man, people gonna be on one. You gotta be like a duck. Let that roll off my back.
Yeah, because sometimes I think people also know how to push your buttons and they know it can work.
Yeah, and I ain't gonna front like it can't work. Like if you want to talk about it, but let's talk about it though. I be wanting to talk about things though. Like now the talk may be aggressive, or it may not be aggressive. It's based on how you feeling, which is crazy. I be wanting to talk about things.
But listen, I just want to say I had such a great time talking to you today. We got to do this again. And I got to congratulate you, the tour. And you're going to Europe too?
Yeah, I got it,
That's going to be amazing.
Hopefully. I've been over there before. But the UK is wild though. The UK not letting me back in. I've been to London multiple times. And
I know. I thought they said the restrictions are too tight.
They changed the law.
Oh, they changed it.
To where if you ever been convicted of any type of felony, you can't come back over there. But I've been over there multiple times prior to. So I don't, and this is when I was on parole. Like, so
can you
nuts.
get TSA pre-check or?
Yeah, I'm TSA pre-check.
Okay, I know it was like an issue for some times to get it. What about global entry?
You can't get global entry,
okay.
Which is I don't understand why. Like it's not. I'm not moving stuff around the world. Like,
I'm working.
I'm moving me. Yeah, but global entry. As long as I can get out of here, we good.
Well, and also I just want to, again, just like how I started off, just commend you just, with the comics that you're also uplifting Ryan Davis, Marcus, Riley, all of that, like just being able to watch those amazing comedians and to watch you on, I'm not going to lie, YouTube is the spot though.
Yeah.
I do enjoy being able to go on there, and they've talked about numbers and how YouTube is like the most viewed out of anything.
Yeah, worldwide.
Worldwide.
And that's a big thing. To be the only independent comic to ever be nominated for an award with the NAACP Image Awards is crazy. This opening the door for other independents, man.
Yeah.
Marcus
you
D.
don't
Wow,
seem
that's
you don't even
great.
seem independent. You know what I'm saying? Like the reach that you have, and even when they were showing the numbers, I think on Deadline, and how your specials have ranked higher than like a lot of the top 10 specials. So
Yeah. And the people who I produce, man, me and Marcus Wiley and Ryan Davis, we out there showing people and how you can move independent and move as a collective. Because you just, I think that's the big thing, man. It's enough space for everybody. So I'm doing for them what people would have never did for me, and comics don't do it for me now. They don't share their platforms with me. It's a weird thing that
I've noticed that.
And no knock on any of the higher tier guys, but they would rather do a side by side talk about Chappelle versus anything with me, and their reach. But you just saw me though. You literally just saw me. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna put somebody who has the machine already with them on my page. It's like they think that he's gonna magically see their post of him commending him and say, well, I want to take him on tour with me too. No, I think Cypher Sounds and his Darnell Rollins, I think they got those spots covered.
Yeah, they'll be there.
So, what up, Cypher? Yeah,
Darnell.
Yeah, I just saw Darnell in L.A. I talked to Cypher maybe like 4 or 5 months ago.
I used to work with him on radio.
Yeah.
That was my first job in radio.
With Cypher?
Yeah, me and Cypher Sounds.
Okay. All right.
I remember when he started stand up.
I remember.
Yeah.
Too. I remember. What's up, Cypher? You've gotten tremendously better.
I remember.
Yes,
It was he also is very like self-deprecating. And so I think comedy is therapeutic for a lot of people. I know it is for you, just from seeing your stand-up and hearing your stories and how you are able to really connect to people. I think I've always said this. I feel like a lot of comedians have a lot of like, hate to use the word trauma, but a lot of that is like getting on stage and being able to discuss things and, putting it out there. It kind of helps with healing.
And some of us just goofy. Some of us. I've been doing this 28 years. It's not a lot. Some comics be trying to make things wrong with them. He's like, man, ain't nothing wrong with you, man. It's like, are you over? Are you like? I done known comics that didn't even have kids that was on stage talking about having kids, and you sitting there want to throw your phone at them. You don't even have a son. And then get it. Oh man, he's still in my material. But you don't have a son. He has a son.
I can't even imagine. Something like that happening.
What? Well, it is crazy. But Cypher, I did a show with Cypher, Laugh Tracks. When he was doing Laugh Tracks, we always had a good time. I always had a good time with Cypher.
That's good.
Yeah.
And definitely, is your son still boxing, Trey?
Yeah.
Is he? Okay.
No, Trey has a CDL license. He's driving.
Oh, he
truck.
has a CDL license.
Yeah, no, but he was boxing at once.
Right.
But now it's Hassan.
Now Hassan is boxing.
And
Okay.
playing hockey and living his life. Literally living his life. But really everything is centered around right now. Helena is a ice skater.
Oh wow, really?
That's really.
Did you guys watch the Winter Olympics?
We watched it because we looking for all of the things. Helena is like, I do it, I don't watch it. So she's 12 competitions, 9 first places, 3 second places. Yeah, she's pretty solid. You gotta feel good, man, with the kids and the stuff that they got going on. It makes you feel like that's the biggest accomplishment always. That's the biggest thing in my whole life is those kids. It's not really me. It's them. That's That's her in the competition when she's getting ready to do her thing. She is really, really good. She got second place on this with a fall.
Wow.
And I've never seen her fall before, but she lands. She's a good skater.
That's amazing. How did she even get into that?
Yeah. I took her to. She asked. She was roller skating at first in the house. Got into a Beyonce.
So you got a big house.
Yeah. It's a house, you know. She got into a Beyonce commercial roller skating with Beyonce's clothing line, and then she asked to go ice skating, and we went, and then next thing I know, she was on a team. Literally, it was just that fast. She went on a Wednesday. She was on a team by a Sunday.
Wow.
Yep.
So it was meant to be.
And
see, that's the thing about a parent. She asked to do something, you made it happen, and now, yeah.
Especially, that's the biggest compliment you got to do for your kids, And I tell them all the time, my mom would have never did this. She would have never. She was like, "What? No."
But how is she loving being a grandmother?
It's crazy watching her be a grandmother and be so different than she raised me. I was like, "What?" And cause I'm always astonished. Like, what? What did she say? She said yes. Like, she would have never said. And I call my sister. I'm like, yo, your mom is wild.
She living a soft life now. It's good.
She living a soft life. My mom lives in my house, my old house. She is the worst tenant that I even have. She's the worst. Like, it's crazy how terrible she is. That lady has paid her mortgage. She's been there 4 years. Lady paid that mortgage twice.
I can't believe she even did that. I mean,
she the one offered.
Okay.
She offered, and I was like, okay. And she's only paid it twice. I
love that for her.
I have 2 checks from my mom, like unsigned. Like, you gotta put your name on this. I forgot. Oh, okay. Wow.
Yeah. Well, look, people could catch you on tour.
Yes.
Siddiq, and your YouTube channel is always live. Also.
Yeah, I have a live channel and I have the other channel, but the live is crazy. When I go to the live and see. It's 4,000 people in there watching right now.
Right. At any given time.
Commenting and talking. Then I pop in and be like, "Yo, this is my favorite part." Oh, he on here. That's crazy to me.
Yes.
When I think about it,
it's amazing.
And I should. I'm gonna put in for Oscar for this new special, My Father, because the Oscars are coming to YouTube. Mm-hmm. So why wouldn't we be?
Why not?
Considered.
Yeah, I think that'd be great.
Yeah.
Okay, look at that. You see the money, you see the house, you put roller skate in. We see it. But again, congratulations and thank you for coming through. And please make sure you come and see me again.
Thank you.
I would love that.
Oh, thank you.